Hello, everyone. Let's do some check-ins. Anyway, I think the last time we spoke was about probably 2.5 weeks ago. And so, if you're in there, check in and let me know. Let me know how's the sound. And I hope everyone is doing well. And it's been a while since we met, so I'm looking forward for this discussion. And today we're gonna make it more like like a back and forth, more like a discussion and some updates, and then we will take it from there. So if you're there, if you can type something so I know the chat works, that'd be great. Okay, sound is perfect. Sound is cool. Okay, so I'll give some few, shout out. Miriam is in here. Somebody's here. Um, so anyway, I would like to. So those who come in, just check in. Just type something. So don't hide. I know who you are. So just check in, and then we can. You may even ask the questions a few minutes down the road, so we can just get through it together. But anyway, I want to thank all of you guys. We made it to the 1,000 subscription, so it's very very exciting. I could have done it without all of you, and so I'm looking forward to the channel growing and also you know that kind of stuff. But I'm really grateful for all those who share the videos, and some of you, we get an opportunity to occasionally chat, or whether through email or WhatsApp, or sometimes a phone call or two. So I appreciate all that. And so I'll give a few shout outs. So Ku's here, Miss Ridley's here, Jemine Kujobra, Santua Hamilton, Jessica Boateng, Cannabis Girl. So anyway, thanks. So today, what I like to do is I'm going to share some things that maybe I should have said earlier, but it is never too late. So one of the things that I want to talk about is, in anything that you do, I think the most important thing is like setting goals, right? Um, and and before you even set goals, I believe you should have like a philosophy of life, right? You should have a philosophy of life. Basically, what is the overall vision or attitude toward life, and what is the purpose of life? That may be different for a lot of people, and I think it's very very important, because if you don't have that, then there's a way that life can beat you down, and you'll be dancing in circles, right? You'll be chasing an illusion, and whenever you find out that, okay, this is it, something happens and it slip away. So I think having a philosophy uh, of your life is very very important. Then from there, you set out goals. So for me, there's about maybe four stages, right, of your philosophy of life. So you have survival, right, in which maybe in the beginning you have to fulfill all these basic needs, right? So basically, you're trying to meet your basic needs, and after that, then you want to find happiness, right? That is all. That is one of the things we all look for, and especially in unfortunate times, right? You want to find happiness. Then after happiness, there is meaning, right? There must be a meaning why you exist, right? There must be a meaning of why you do the things you do, okay? Because happiness eventually will fade away, right? And if you don't have a meaning, what happens is you keep chasing happiness, and whenever you think you have it, it slips away, and then it's like it's an illusion, right? So you won't have a meaning. And then the fourth one, I think, is like independence of circumstances, right? So basically, your life philosophy must apply to all situations and circumstances. It must apply regardless of what is going on in your life. Those things must be rooted into your way of life. And so this will allow you to deal with all the stuff that happens in just living, right? So I think these things are important. And I say that because it's like, my project is about wrapping up. Um, I mean, you never know. You was doing stuff, but so it's almost kind of like, a 30-year dream, but actually it's a dream, was a dream at 30, but 8 years of actually making a reality. So as as we get close to one, one dream or whatever, you want to make sure that there's other things that you're also focusing on. Okay. Because other than that, once you reach some level of success, after a while is empty, right? What is next? So this is just a stepping stone to other bigger things that one must, be thinking about. But it's only a dream if you don't have goals, right? And goals are very, very important. And I think we underestimate the power of goals, right? If it's not written down, the chances of you achieving that is about 10%. So whatever goals you have for yourself, and this is everything from career, from health to relationship to whatever it is, you must write this thing down and set a timetable, right? And set a timetable so then it can be vivid. It's called selectivity of purpose. So it is in your brain. It's like when you decide you want to buy a specific car, all of a sudden you start seeing the car everywhere, right? It's like that. So you have to write this thing down. You have to write it down. No matter where you are in life, you have to write it down and say, you know what, this is what I want to do X, by this X date. And then this is what I want to do every month to get to the goal. But so that is important. So, but before you set a goals, make sure you have a philosophy, something that is a principle that is guiding your life, because that will be the driving force that is going to push you through anything you do. So that is very, very important. Okay, so you have to do that. And so goals are very, very important. Harvard did a study many years ago. They followed certain number of students every year, and so they divide them into two groups. One group wrote their goals down, what they're gonna do 10 years from now, and then they followed them. They followed them every year, and I think after like 15 years or something like that, they found out that 85% of those who actually wrote their goals down actually achieved what they wanted, right? So it is very, very important. It is very, because life happens and things get in the way and you get distracted. Okay. So if you are yet to begin your project, have a vivid, you know, start with imagination, but put it on paper so you can see it. Put it in your bathroom, put it in your phone, so every day you wake up, you can see it. Okay. And then be accountable and be disciplined. Okay. When you do that, the chances of you accomplish that is much greater because you are focused, right? So that's what we need. So we want to do that. So I'm really happy that we've gotten this so far, 1,000 subscribers, thanks to you guys. Um, and when I started YouTube, it was, I was hoping to get like maybe 10 people, so now, the channel is growing thanks to all of you for everything that you do. And I really appreciate that. So, so one of the things like today I wanted to do is like I wanted to give you some little bit updates, and then we're gonna take it from here, and then we're gonna put in some questions, and then I'm gonna try my best to get them in, because I went back to one of my videos, and then there was one video I did was a live stream that I missed. It was bad. I missed a lot of the questions, so I'm gonna try my best. So if I don't answer your question like maybe in 2-3 minutes or maybe 5 minutes, restate the question so it can come up so I can see that. But I appreciate all of you, and so my project state right now is so I'm doing the last shipping hopefully next week, um, and basically that is just like everything else. I mean, that is needed in the house except furniture. Furniture, I'll get it in Ghana. I saw some. I spoke to some companies, and their furnitures we do for now. But other than that, everything from toiletries to glassware to bed frame to mattresses, everything will be shipped from here. And I'll go into the pros and cons about all that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping we're supposed to get a snowstorm any moment from now and this weekend. So I'm hoping the container can come next week and everything will be sent out. So I'm hoping to do that. And so I'll do a little video, about the whole process, and then I'll post that, and that kind of stuff. So that's what the project is. Other than that, it's livable. Everything else is set. All the major stuff is done. There's water, there's electricity. The CCTV is in there. So it's cool because I can access the premises from here, which is nice, and that kind of stuff. So I'm going through the emotions of it's like, raising, kid and they're about to leave the nest, that kind of stuff. But, I will enjoy it briefly and then I move on to the next thing, right? Because there's other things. So that would be some form of happiness, but then there's other meaning of things that I want to do. That, so I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, so I've seen some questions already. So hold on to the questions. So I'll talk a little bit about so the pros and cons about shipping, right? So one of the things that I'm also finding out is, finishing is no joke. Is really really no joke, and it's like people don't tell you. It's really, really expensive thing. It's super super expensive. Um, and shipping can be a headache depending on who you want to use. Especially I'm using a Ghanaian guy, and you know how it is. It's like I can never always know when the container is going to be there and that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit stressful the last few weeks and stuff because in terms of buying stuff, because I live in a small house here and the packages have taken over. So and it's not good if you have to have it here for weeks. So that's one of the challenges. So on the pros, right? So pros is you get variety, right? You get variety of what you want to send. If you want a rustic style of furnishing, you can get some. If you're modern, that kind of stuff. Okay. Um, and then another one too is like style, color and stuff like that. If you already painted like your room, certain color, you can find furnitures just to like balance it or something like that. So you get variety. Quality, it depends, right? It depends what it is. The wood in Ghana, I'll say, is has more quality than here. Because here sometimes they use like re-engineer wood and that kind of stuff, and the wood in Ghana actually has is used to the environment and that kind of stuff. So it depends what it is. Um, and so but and cost too, that's one of the things. It depends what it is. So another then you go to the cons of shipping. It's like, it's very very stressful. It's like if you're shipping one car, no stress. If you're trying to finish like a 6 bedroom house with everything, it is headache. Is not for everybody. It's tough, and stuff like that. Today I spent like 5 hours like packing boxes and stuff like that. So it's really stressful. Then you have to make sure things don't break on the way, and then cars, like if you ship cars, very expensive, duties and that kind of stuff. And so and then also like depending on how your money situation is, it's like for example, like if it can ship throughout the year. Like let's say if you're waiting for like a bonus or raise or tax return, whatever, to add up to the money and stuff like that, that narrows you down to when you want to ship. And also that also affect like when you're gonna go, right? Because you want the items to be there and that kind of stuff. So it's all this kind of stuff that, you don't think about to, you started going through. So that's some of the things that I want you to start thinking about. Then you have to ship it, and then depending 2 to 3 now 2 to 3 months, whatever. It's supposed to be 6 weeks, but whatever, and that kind of stuff. Then duties, that can sometimes be more than buying it down there, that kind of stuff. So then the pros about buying in Ghana too is like, okay, the wood, in terms of wood, much better. And, for the environment, that kind of stuff. So the wood is much better over there, and also like sometimes cost is a little bit relative cheaper, and so you are limited though, but you're limited on variety and that kind of stuff. And also like sometimes when you want like a big quantity, like you probably have to use a big company and stuff like that. So, and depending on if the things were sent from outside, it may be less quality, depending from where it's coming from. And so it's kind of like, you play with, it depends what it is. So some things is pros shipping, some things they are con. But if I have to do it again, I don't know. It's like right now, I think like if I have to do this thing again, I probably would have bought like all the furniture and everything, but I don't know. I'm not gonna know till everything is set up and then I'm living in it, and then I'll make that decision. But shipping is a big deal, time consuming, um, and costly, and stuff like that. And you also in suspense because you don't really know how much duty is going to cost. So because you don't know, like, because changes with a city situation right now, and you can never get, you having a range, especially for a car, you having a range of how much you think you might spend. But like for all the other items, like, I don't know. So you don't know to that is, so it's hard for you to plan for this stuff. And so your money has to be ready. And because if the container is at a port, you want to remove it, because start charging you storage fee after some time. And so there's other things like mental stuff, and it's like, so you have to be, this tied in all your philosophy of life, that you have to be able to deal, with all this stuff and not lose it. Okay. And then when the items get there too, right? Another con for shipping too is like, they have to assemble them, right? So you have to get somebody that's actually going to read the manual and assemble all the stuff, and you cross your fingers, right? And that kind of stuff. So but when it's done properly, but I think like aesthetically looks nicer, everything is clean and that kind of stuff. But so it's just things that, we don't think about, or some of us already done it. So they have experience in this area. For me, that I'm just doing it, it's like things that's coming up, and I'm like, wow, it's like, I wish I knew this thing, you know. So so that is the tip. And now, so then I think I'm gonna stop over there, and then we're gonna go to kind of like questions. So I think, let me see, the first one was, relocation to Ghana. Um, I don't know that yet. It is in my plans though. But like right now, it's like I'm in the mode that I just want to wrap this thing up and then go to Ghana this summer, and I want to take like 2 weeks, 2 weeks rest, just rest, and then I gotta start figuring out what is the next thing that I'm looking at, and then when I come back, that'll be the next chapter. Uh, I would love to move to Ghana. I don't think I can ever, live anywhere else, and I love to move down there. But there's other things that I have to accomplish before I do that, and stuff like that. So I'm not just gonna move there because the house is complete and stuff like that. And so then the next one, let me see. So there's one about electric wiring. Nope. So with electric wiring, I would say there's no reason to buy it out from the West, because it's like, there are some good ones in Ghana. They are very good ones. And so depending on who's doing it, that's the challenge. Depending on who's buying it, if they buy the quality one, that's fine. Other than that, but I don't think there's a reason to buy this, because the challenge is, it is hard for you to determine the quantity, right? So either you go low or you're gonna buy way more, that kind of stuff. So have a reputable person, just get it from there, and then it will be fine. So let's see, security gadgets. So there's a bunch of stuff. There's like, I'm not gonna be talking about a lot about the scary stuff, but like I said in my previous like live streams, like, so you have to think about layers, right? So the gate, the main gate, right? Because I mean, people are gonna come through the house through the windows, okay, or the doors. They're not gonna come through the ceiling. Hopefully not. But there's other things you can put in there. Yes, they can cut it burglar proof and that kind of stuff. So you can put, you go online, you can check out the sensors that if somebody opens the window a little bit, that will trigger some kind of alarm, right? So that's what you want. You want something to wake you up. You want something to make noise. So, and those things are really cheap, like, you know, $1 or $2 or something. So you can get that and put it like around the windows. And then there's other things too you can put around the door. It's called like a door guardian, like an angel, door guardian. Very, very effective. So basically, what that is going to prevent is the kick-ins. There's no way they're gonna kick in that door. I mean, it's like, it's tough. Without they, I mean, eventually we'll get in, but it's gonna be a lot of work. Even if they are using like a hammer or something like that, it's gonna be a lot of work. So there's other things. There's a lot of things, and then there's other things that are not visible. Have the CCTV. Have 360 degrees perimeter around the house. I can see everything. I can access it everywhere and stuff like that. So that's another deterrent. You have the electric fencing. That's another deterrent. So it's just series of all that kind of stuff in there. But at the end of the day, I'm saying it's like, my philosophy of life is, I'm gonna go there and enjoy the fruit of my labor, and I will not be disturbed and that kind of stuff. So security is important, but there's a ton. We have options. There's a lot of options. Some people had a friend that paid like it's a lot of money. I think like either $2,000 for a door. It's called like Israeli door, and it locks like a bank vault. It locks around all the perimeters, and then he didn't feel like there was a need for like burglar proof stuff like that. But I mean, $2,000 is a lot of money for a door. So it depends what you want to do. But there's a lot of things. There's so many options out there. There's so many options because most thieves over there want something quick. They don't want all the noise. They don't want people to know what is going on and that kind of stuff. So let me see. Okay, so just throw your questions in. Yeah. So and so here's the thing too. Like, um, when it comes to like security gadgets, don't go cheap. It's like I buy like when it comes to locks, okay, locks, Germans, the best, okay, but it's gonna cost you, like padlocks and stuff like that. So you have to pick certain things. Who is good at, what country is known for specific things, okay. There's some website that is flooded with all kinds of crappy stuff. You want to avoid that. You want the reviews matters. When you're looking at security gadget, it matters. Pay that money, um, and get something nice. Okay, because the thing is, those things they're gonna last for a long time. Like one of the padlocks that I bought. I have to find out the brand, but it's a German-made padlocks, and the key looks like a bank vault key, but the way it's designed, the key can never be duplicated. And even if you call the company, they're not going to give you, they're not going to make you a copy. When you buy, they give you a specific code that they give it to you, and only you have that code that because the code tied to certain personal information to you, that they will make a copy. But and also so you're not gonna make it a copy. So that's the thing we have to worry about. And it's very very good. It's like it's difficult to pick. It can be picked, but extremely difficult to do. That kind of stuff. So if you like leaving the house and like the small gate, you want to lock it, you want those kind of locks, and it's not cheap. I think one padlock was like I think like $40 or something like that. So it's very expensive, but it's something that that the person not a gonna make the key, and two nobody's gonna come there and pick it, you know, and that kind of stuff. And they've put this thing in there like if they try to cut it, it's very difficult. So those little things you want to pay attention to that. Check Amazon, look at certain things, or Google search, and go with specific places. The reviews matters because you don't want to get some little thing that is like it falls apart. And so those are some of the things. And then the locks too, like the door locks. Like I bought my door locks from here because and I use the same criteria, right? Sludge is a company that makes good locks too. There's different grade, um, but even the least grade is better than the one in Ghana. So I bought one that is secure. It's very very secure, and also like difficult to pick and difficult to make the keys. So those things because you'll be surprised. The person living there will go and make a duplicate key somewhere else. So um and for me, the certain keys in the house that nobody's gonna have, even the caretaker is not gonna have. It's just the way it is. And stuff like that. They only have access to getting in the house to their room. Other than that, they don't have any key to any other rooms and stuff like that. Because they don't need to. The bedroom has a shower. They can go to the kitchen. Other than that, there's no necessary for them to go to anywhere else. So we have to be thinking about and so Turkish, doors also are good. Israeli doors are good, and stuff like that. The Chinese doors, varies. It's like and stuff. But for me, it depends. If I'm going security, um, I'll just stay away from. I mean, I'll just go German. US. Some countries have like stringent kind of like requirement on certain things. So and that also means that you will you'll pay more. So the for the door locks check, I think is that's what it is. So check that, and then I'll find out who makes that padlocks, um, and then I'll get it to you. So let me see. Yeah, so the thing about shipping companies is like it's almost like it's more like regional and stuff like or state basis. Um, and that is one thing I want to look into because of this fiasco that I'm dealing with a guy that's shipping my stuff. I wanna I wanna go out there and find out what other options are available because I just don't like waiting. It's like because it's just a waste of time and energy not knowing when the container is gonna be here because he went to Ghana and so everything was put on hold, right? And so that means that affect your schedule and everything. So it's like, but I'm gonna look into to see what other options. Um, and I mean, basically, what they are doing, they're not actually even the shipping company. The shipping company actually send them the container and then they load, and then the vehicle will pick it up. So basically, what they are doing, they are like the loaders, right, and stuff like that, and everything, all the tracking information, everything from pickup to your destination was run by the shipping company. There's one Canadian company, which is very good. So yeah, so the website for the locks. What I'm gonna do is after this video, I'm gonna put those links in there to get those locks. Um, yeah, so I think you guys should look into that. They're a little expensive, but I think it's a good product, and it comes with two keys. So The challenge is if you lose them, that's it. You have to find a way and damage it. So you wanna, I would say, keep one key here and then keep one key, in Ghana, stuff like that. But so those are the little things, about when to spend the money, that kind of stuff. So if you can, and the thing too is like if you buy your door locks from here. So what I did is, because I needed to make 19 doors in the house, so I bought a cutter, to make the circle around the doors. So there's machines here that you can get, and what it does is the the radius is the same as the door locks, right? The diameter is the same. So when they cut it, it's gonna fit perfectly. Other than that, sometimes in Ghana they chisel that stuff, and no. So you want something that's gonna fit. So I would say pick chances of your carpenter having one is unlikely. So they're not super expensive. I think they're like less than $30. So you can get one, and then they'll cut all the doors round, and then when they put the locks in, it's perfect and that kind of stuff. So think about that. The locks in Ghana are pretty terrible. Is and everything for a door. The weakest area is the locking system. So if you have a good lock and you have door guardian, um, the the chances of the person breaking in, I mean, anything can be done, but I mean, they have to take the whole door down. You know, I mean, that's the only way they get in. Even if they remove the locks, the door guardian is going to prevent it from opening. So get a ton of those door locks. The guardian is easy to install. Very effective. I have it in where I live, my house. Where I have one by the entrance, one by the door. I'm showing you my 5-year-old how to open it. It's spring loaded. It is a simple technique how to open it from inside. But if you don't know what you're doing, you won't be able to know how to open it. So and it takes, I think, 15,000 pounds of pressure to break it. And no human being is gonna generate that. They might just run the whole thing with a car or something like that. Okay, so let me see. Okay, let me see. Relax. Let me see more information. Okay, so keep the questions coming. So that's the stuff that we have to, we have to be start paying attention to, and stuff like that, because I mean, I don't want a situation that you spend all this time, energy, and money, and then you go to your house and you can't really enjoy it because you are worried about security and that kind of stuff. But I think like I think if you can do like if you are security conscious, I think there's three things. There's three things that maybe you should start thinking about if you haven't done this yet. Okay, wire fencing, right? So use electric wire fencing. Aesthetically, it's nice and it's effective. So that's one thing. And it also has alarm if it's been disturbed, right? And then I think the CCTV, which back in the days it used to be, the super rich. Um, and now I think it can be. I did my 8 cameras for, like, let me do the calculation. Let me do the calculation right now. So about $2,000, right? So, and that is like installation for everything, labor and everything included. And so, but I think it was money spent because I can access it easily here. I can zoom in, I can record stuff, I can do playback, and it's HD quality. I can see everything. So it's like that. Also, is another deterrent. Most people don't want to be captured on that kind of stuff. It has night vision capability, so even in the nighttime it still works. So those things, and I think once you have that, you just got to be vigilant and then live your life. That's you should be vigilant anywhere you live anyway. um and stuff like that. So I don't think like it's anything, you know, that we have to be like concerned about anything. It's just like you putting things in place and then just go about and do your own thing. So and then yeah, so I was debating whether to get the cameras from here or in Ghana, and I was going back and forth. So one of the reasons why, because my electrician is very very good, and so I trust him very very well. So and I did the thing that prevented me from buying from here is he's already wired everything, with a Ghana electrical wire, and I don't want to deal with the issue of power and that kind of stuff. And so I'm like, it's the same camera, you can get it from here. But in terms of the power issue, I didn't want to make that mistake. So I had him, and he actually bought an upgrade, and then it took him like a day, a day and a half. They fixed everything, DSTV too, and everything. He did that and stuff like that. So he also fixed the Wi-Fi because you need a Wi-Fi device to be able to transfer the data, from there to here. So you need that and stuff like that. So and it looks clean. There's no wires hanging anywhere. It looks clean, clean job done well. So um, there's quality stuff over there if you know who's doing it. Oh, so septic tank. Yep. So I mean, the old days of doing that big septic tank, I think those days are over. The biodegradable one is the new thing, which is good because then that one is like 6x4, 6x2, something like that. And so just for a story building, I would say get two, divide the house into two, or the plumbing from one half goes to the other side. So it's not like too much pressure, and all the plumbing for the other side goes to the other side. So what happens is like if you have a blockage in one, half of the other house is also accessible while they fix that one. So I would say biodegradable tank. And I think it's like $500 or $600 per one right now. Yeah. Yeah. So go for that. Also, oh, you saw the house. Wow. Well, thank you. If somebody saw the house. A good location. Yep. Yeah, that location right now has developed. When I started, mm, there were still some houses over there, but now it's like there's no land. A lot of people have moved over there. And so get a land when you can. It's only gonna go up, and get your papers in and that kind of stuff. So 120, 220. So if money was not an issue, I've seen this other people have done. So basically what they do like parallel wiring. So like on each like switch, you can see the 120 and the 220. Um, I mean that's fine. So but for me it depends. It's like um it depends what kind of like appliances you're trying to put on 110 and that kind of stuff. So they can do that. But then I also think too is like um you also want a lot of the 220, because if something breaks down in Ghana, it's easy to just go to the store and get them. So it's kind of like you have to be strategic. So the thing with my electrician is I'm telling him, eventually to say, hey, I bought this thing, I'm gonna bring it, so go and change it to 110, and then he'll do that for me. So I kind of like you need kind of like both, and stuff like that. So I think most people do like maybe they will start with two, majority is 220, and then a few 110 for like other things. So because right now my appliances are on 110, my TVs are on 110 because I bought them from here, and then I also have like some small converters that I'm gonna use for like the shavers and that kind of stuff. Um, so it depends. So here's a problem too, like um, yeah. So biogas. So it's also called like, so I don't know. It's called biogas, the biodegradable. So yeah. So it's kind of like Yeah, so there's one that they do biogas in there with a tank and that kind of stuff. So, but I think they're biodegradable. They just use bacteria. Um, so I think there's two new method that they are using that. So I think what I did was the biodegradable one. And so, but so here's one some of the challenges, right? So building, building an underdeveloped, area is like sewage, right? So, um, so like what I did, like so I'm fortunate that in front of the house there's a gutter, but it's not useful to me because the slope of my house is kind of like sloped down to the back. So for me to and the way the gutter was constructed, if it's like is it doesn't make sense for me to reslope everything the opposite way back to the front of the gutter and go underneath the wall. And so what I did was I just maintained the slope, and then I did a gut at the back of the house. And then where I did my slabs, what I did was I slope everything that comes all the way to underneath the gate, the main gate. So then if there's water, if there's a lot of water flowing, it's gonna go right and exit into like front of the house. And after that, and then the back of the house, everything slows back. So it's kind of like you have to play with the slopes, but then the grassy area, everything slopes to the back. And I have a gutter, and then the exit to the side of the house to some alley. And so that is some of these challenges, right, in Ghana, because it's um, like I don't know if I shared this. So when I was doing my plumbing for my water with the city, basically I had to connect my own thing, right? And so that is why sometimes, people say, this guy man is doing this, that. So basically, I had to hire somebody to dig underneath the road, which was tarred. If you're driving around the house, you see the road was tarred. I had to dig underneath it across the street, put my own pipe, and have somebody and have the city come and connect it. Okay. And then when I did that, the city put an extra pipe in there, and they were trying to sell it to somebody. And I said, it's not going to happen. So that is some of the stuff. These are costs that you don't think about, because what it did is the water line was put across the street, so everybody on that side can tap in. If you're on the other side, you have to find a way to connect it, and the only way you're going to do that is at your cost, right? You have to do that. So you have to think about all these things, all these costs that you are not was not planned for, because they will come. And so it's like, but so it's all about planning. And I think if you plan, you execute well. So the gate, I also think too, like so it makes sense, right? Because gate, I would say if you can get a sliding gate, it makes sense, right? It's not necessarily super expensive per se, except it really becomes expensive when you have to add a machine. And I think the machine is 10,000 Ghana, something like that. Yeah, I'll find a price. So because here's the thing, right? If you're security conscious, what happens, right? You get to your house, you get out of the car, right? And then you got to go open the gate. So that's problematic. So with a electronic sliding gate, you can you have a key fob, you can press, it opens, you drive in. Okay, so the old days of getting out, and if you have already done the double gate that you come on this thing, you can still, you can actually even use some of the scrap metal for them to make, or join them together and make a long gate for you, because all they do is they're going to put a roller on the ground that is just going to roll and stuff like that. So I think is aesthetically is nice, and also I think like for security wise is better, because you don't want to come on 2 a.m. and then and most of the time the places are a little bit dark, so you don't see what is going on. and then you get out of the car, then that makes you more vulnerable and that kind of stuff. So, and the guy that did my gate, they did well. My like the guy that installed my the electric slider was very very good. So he did well. Why didn't I use biogas? So I I, I I don't think I considered it. I think when I was ready to do that, my builder was like, hey, because my builder had done the biodegradable one and it was working well for him. So he was like, hey, I think you should look into that because it's all about the space. You don't want to put those big, you know, septic tank that they used to have back in the days. It's just waste, waste of land and that kind of stuff. So I mean, like like I said, you try. I'm gonna test it and then see how it works and then if possible, if biogas will be an upgrade, then maybe down the road it's a good consideration. Yeah. So, but I think that the whole way of doing the whole start, septic tank, I think just go biodegradable or biogas. Any more question? So okay. I think someone said Airbnb. I don't know. So yeah, I, don't- I mean we'll see. There's a possibility, but it's kind of like I have to go and at least sleep in there one day before I can have other people stay in there. So yeah, I think I'll have a better idea when I come back um, from there and that kind of stuff. So, but even if I do that, there's certain rooms that are no go. So like the master bedrooms no go, and the kids' room are no go, stuff like that. So maybe it will be just the downstairs, not upstairs, and so that kind of stuff. Yep. So stop thinking about this idea. Have a philosophy for your life. Set your goals. Write them down. Look at them. Because life happens. Distraction happens. Find out what you're trying to accomplish. Above all, be flexible. Here's the thing, right? And I'm seeing a lot of these things, right? We all have a goal and a dream growing up of exactly how our life is going to turn out. Whether the job we're going to get, whether the family we're going to have, whatever that is. And you do not want to be, because at a certain point, reality has to set in. Life is about making adjustment and being flexible. The future belongs to those who can adapt and stuff. So that is what I'm all about, setting a timeline. Okay. If you want to be a pilot, okay, and it's not happening, and you're still 50 years old, you want to do that, and you waste all the resources and it's not happening, I think like that's many, many years of waste. So whatever it is, and be realistic. We all have this incredible life that we want. We can have them. I think we can have most of them if but in order for us to have that, we have to be engaged. We have to make that a reality. The idea that this and this is going to happen to me is very, very cute when you are little. But at a certain point, you say, you know what? If I want this life, this is how I'm going to make it happen. And you can't cheat nature. Nature is going to catch up to you. So do it for the right reasons. Do it for the right principle in the beginning. Pay the price. Pay the price now, because at a certain point you will have to face that monster. So it's very, very important. It's very, very important. And once you find the meaning, the happiness is just a byproduct. It's just a byproduct of going through the process. I know that I've enjoyed this process more than completion, because once I'm done, then what, right? Then that is why I have to have what is next, right? What is next that I'm going to pursue. So I already start planning that, because other than that, after I've lived in a house for some time, you are empty. What? Got this nice house, then what? right? So there gotta be other things. And then the meaning has to be greater than yourself. In the process, you'll find people that will take you. Some you're gonna find people that are gonna be there the whole time. Some will take you from here to here, other people will take you from here to there. We just have a tendency of wanting somebody to take it from 0 to 100. It's very rare. There are people like that. But everybody plays a part in your life. And so you take it as you can. You take it as you can. There may be somebody that give you specific advice. There may be somebody that can help you in one particular way. They cannot do anything else. It is what it is. You take what you need. That's it. Don't try to make somebody be all of everything. Nobody can do that. Nobody can do that. So because we nobody live on this earth unscathed. We all have things happen to us, some fair, some unfair. It's this thing we call life. you know. But if we are to make our dreams come true, we have to have goals and we have to write them down. We got to see them. We got to pursue them. You bring people along that buy into the idea, or people that are going the same way, and you stay focused. Your thing's gonna happen, but you know what you're going for, okay? And so, and you set your time. Yes, I wish this house was done like 2 years ago. That's fine, but it's like it is getting done and stuff like that. So you do that, you pursue that, then you want to get to, right, you want to get to the last place, which is the independence of circumstances, which is no matter what is happening, you are winning, right? Because you have perspective, which is everything. You are winning. And life is gonna happen, and but you take it and move on. You take it because there's something greater. There's something greater. You are pursuing something greater. It's a greater purpose, right? So I think this is the stuff that is gonna get you through all this stuff, because it is not easy. It's not easy. The stuff that we're trying to do, it's not easy. It is very frustrating, and because of the frustration and stories people have heard, some people don't even start. You know, but I'm all for it. Like, I don't want life to be so easy. It's not meaningful. Yes, circumstances is gonna make you grow. You find out who you are, right? You're gonna find out what you made out of. Whether you're a quitter, whether you're a fighter, you're gonna find out. So all this thing, you take it. It's life. It's something called life. You take it and you charge for it. And after a while, you know that look, it's like once you have that meaning and that purpose, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. And so that is where we want to be, right? That is where we want to be. So I think, there's a big reason why we're doing this, right? And we I just think like maybe, we want to be happy, we don't have a good lifestyle, we want to be able to be independent. Um, all great, all great virtues, you know. But I think the biggest thing is we want our life to have meaning, right? And all said and done, this is all wonderful, but we can't take this house with us. We're just gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy everything that I've earned in my life, and to the best of my ability. But I also know that it's the process, not it. It's not the end of it. It's just to do the other things, right? And because then down the road, you want to do something that benefits, your people, your community, and stuff like that. So that's the next thing. The next thing when I come, that's my next phase of, yes, I'm still gonna be hungry, because you have to be hungry. And then in that, when you reflect, you be like, man, I've had a full life, right? I've had a full life, you know, but things would happen. Things happen. It's called life. It's not, but it's like, to me, it's part of the process. It is part of the process that we must embrace, and be smart and adapt. Don't cope. Okay, don't numb it. Don't deny it. Adapt. Okay, find something else that's positive. Redirect that energy. Focus on something. Focus on somebody who is in a bad situation, and get more perspective about your life and say, you know what? I'm healthy in this, I'm able to eat, I'm able to pay my rent, I have people that care about me. What is this that you want? What is it that you want? You know? And I'm able, and whatever you want, you must give. You want love, give love. You want patience, give. You must sow it. Don't cheat nature. You pay for it, you know, and stuff like that. And you make mistakes, you learn, and you keep moving on. And so for me, this is at the end of the day, this is all it's about. Right. This is all it's about as we chase this. Yes, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna enjoy. There'll be time for the champagnes and stuff like that. There'll be time for all that other stuff. It's great. It's great. I will enjoy all those things. That's fine. I enjoy that stuff. But at the end of the day, there has to be something more that that is pushing you. So I just wanted to give you a little bit tips, here and there, things just to think about, as you are pursuing this thing. But above all, your goals must be written down. If it's not written down, it's an illusion, and the chances of you figuring life out is very, very difficult, because I'm telling you, I've lived without writing goals down, and I've lived with writing goals down, and I would say I wasted 20 years. Okay, I wish this thing is powerful. You got to write it down and see it every day, and that will keep you focused. That'll keep you focused. That'll keep you from stuff that is not going right. Okay, right? So I'll keep it. So we need that, and we need that. So I don't know. Maybe I should have said that sooner, but I feel like we need that. And in life, you know, the dream that you had as a child, the chances of it happening exactly the same way is unlikely, because um, I love statistics. I love probability, right? And things do happen for other people. It happens. Some people coast through life. Great. Rare, rare. But for most of us, we have to make it. We have to like build it. And for me, build it. Because when you build it, you develop character, you develop resilience, you develop pride in self, you develop a winning spirit that nobody can take away from you, resiliency. So you develop all these things. And then you know what? Because you build it, it can never be taken away from, because you can build it again, because that's exactly what you did. Right. So business, yes. So I have some ideas about some business. Um, at certain point, I don't know, maybe in a couple of months or when I come back from Ghana. I have some other things that I'm doing with another good friend of mine. I have some ideas that we want to do, but so at a certain point we're gonna get into that, and then there'll be a series of videos or live stream that's just gonna be business. But I have some ideas and things that I'm thinking about that I will share in due time, because I'm about 90% and I want to get a little bit further. So then, I can come and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is how you can support. This is how you can get involved, and that kind of stuff. Okay. But it's going to be great. It's going to be very, very exciting. It's going to be a game changer, and that kind of stuff. So stay tuned for that. Um, okay. So let me see if I have, yep. So like I said, so if you miss anything, set your goals, find your meaning, find your purpose. Okay, write the goals down, follow through, um, and then it'll be all right. You just believe in yourself. Um, if you're not going through anything, then you probably your life is not meaningful. So just some of these things, but it'll only make you better, and adapt. Okay, adapt. Don't do the same thing all the time. Reflect, adapt. Find your support network. I don't care if one person gives you 10%, another person give you 1%. find what you need in people, and use it to build you to move you on. Use it as a drive to move you on. Okay. So other than that, unless I get any specific yes, so I'll be going to Cape Coast. So anyway, I won't keep it this now. Um yes, I'll be going to Cape Coast. I might go to Cape Coast a couple of times because I have a friend who's coming with me. He's an African American. He's coming with me. I try this, but multiple people. There's one, he's gonna be there with me, and then he wanted to check Cape Coast, so I'm gonna go over there, and I have some family in Cape Coast, so I might go that route. So you can link me up, and then maybe I can start by a project and stuff on the way. So that kind of stuff. So yeah, but chances are when I get it the first week, it's just like installing a bunch of stuff, getting things ready and that kind of stuff, and then the week after is just like moving around. So I usually say the first 2 weeks is just like, setting everything, and then after that, I can just do the tall stuff and that kind of stuff. So, but keep the dream alive. Um, keep working. It can be done. The life you want can be attained, but it has to be your effort. You have to be driving it. Okay. So thank you very much, everyone, for getting the channel to 1,000 subscription. And also make sure you check the notification button, so when I send when I schedule like live stream and stuff like that, you get them. Or when I post a video, you get them, and that kind of stuff. Share the video. I think a lot of people need this stuff. Share it. Believe in yourself always. You're bigger than your circumstances, and you're a winner. So don't always forget that. I appreciate everything that you do for me that I don't even know of. Um, and I appreciate those of you that we get to chat on WhatsApp, or occasionally we talk on the phone. I appreciate that for your encouragement. Nobody makes it alone and stuff, and so I'm grateful. I'm grateful to have you guys all involved in my life. And don't be a stranger. You know, um, Let me know if you need questions. I do my best to answer them soon. Okay, other than that, have a wonderful weekend wherever you are. Be smart, be brave, and I will I will check in soon. I don't know when the next video is gonna be. Um, Maybe I'll post a video about shipping, packing, all that other stuff and that kind of stuff. So, and then maybe we do another live stream. I want to keep the live stream when it's more meaningful and stuff like that. I know people have been such doing it every week. Okay, I hear you, but I also want to respect your time. Okay. Anyway, appreciate you. Thank you.